Real Talk Barbershop 870.
Let's get it.
Tell me when we jumping.
We jumping now.
We jumping. What's happening? We jumping. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
What we sound like, Buck Preach?
We good. Check one. Check one. Check one. Check one.
We gon' talk sense, talk meals, making every second count for all my partners.
Hey.
What's up?
Talking credit, culture, real estate. Love be fake and hate be real. They show them folks are really fake. I'ma show you boy what really cake. Bring our minds together, see how much time we can really make.
Let's go.
Talking sports, music, politics. Blueprint to success, you wanna win, you better follow this. This they insight and enlightenment. Cause 2 zips of that cola bring a 10-year fed indictment. Let's talk religion, race, and leadership. Slave mentality, cause all we really want is chains and whips. All we really want is cane to flip. Make sure that you came equipped. Shit so deep I should bring a ship. Hey, let's talk integrity and structure. Standing up for something, up be falling over nothing. Hey, let's talk love, life, and loyalty. Kings and queens, we reign supreme and moving like we royalty.
It's your boy Preach Boy Spann.
It's your boy Bebe the Motivator.
And I am JR, a.k.a. Mr. Rogers, and you're tuned in to
Real Talk Barbershop 870. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on,
We
brother?
back up in here again with a 3-man show today.
A 3-man show, man.
Man, shout out to Roll, man.
Shout out to our boy, shout out to your boy Roll.
DJ Rodeo.
Yes, sir. He out there.
Man, the hype one. Y'all can already tell we missing the hype one, man.
Yes, sir. We miss our brother, man, but he out there doing great
Already,
things, man.
man.
Out there,
Coaching the basketball.
How y'all feeling today?
man,
Feeling
everything's
good,
solid,
man.
ain't
Feeling good, man. I feel pretty good. I'm cooking them turkey legs at the house.
it? Not the turkey leg. And the butts.
And the butts, man. Cooking
Well, one thing about BB, he always cook.
He gonna cook. You got a meal too. Tell me what kind of meal you got going on.
Cooking a meal, man. I see our guest already. He ready to come to the house right now and eat.
Look, man, hold on. I seen, look like you had some whole chickens on top of some beer cans
seen
or
it
something
yesterday, man.
Little drunk chick.
Well,
Drunk
you ain't
chicken.
call nobody, tell
He ain't
nobody
call
nothing, did
nobody when you
That's
do
your
special
invite.
stuff.
That's your invite when you sit on the book.
Man, look out, man. You supposed to call and say,
already-
man, I got
y'all-
some drunk
y'all always
chickens
got
on
over
them.
the invite.
We know that, but, you know.
I need to know
Should've
who over
said
there.
chicken on the grill.
I need to know who over there.
When you saw it,
Before I
it
come.
was 6 cans.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all, I got you. I got
6
you.
cans.
I got you.
So
You
you
know
know,
what I'm
what's
saying?
up,
six
man?
drunken chickens, but them chickens were plentiful, boy. We punished them chickens. They were so moist and tender, man.
So you ain't had nothing special going on?
No, just, you know.
I really
Just
thought
kick
you had
back.
something special going on. I ain't
No.
never seen you cook no chicken like
No,
that.
just life. You
Just
know,
life.
just enjoying life, man.
Well, you got a meal today, too, boy. Meatloaf, all kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
don't
man,
you,
I cooked my first meatloaf today, man. Shout out to my girl Dion Diamond, my sister. She kind of helped. She
Yeah.
kinda coached me through.
What
She
all you
coached me
got
through
with it?
Yeah, she coached me through. I
What
got
you-
some sweet potatoes. You know, I got some roast too. I'm cooking roast with it. Just in case
Meatloaf
the
and
meatloaf don't
roast.
come out right.
Meatloaf and
Yeah, just in
roast.
case
That's
the meatloaf don't
cool.
come out right.
What else you got?
I got some greens, you know, with some turkey necks.
What kind of green?
Some turnips.
Yes, sir, B. You don't be playing around.
You
You
got
be.
some
Turnip
turnips.
green, cornbread.
Can you?
Some
You
good old,
think you can get somebody to deliver us a plate?
good old baked mac and cheese. Now you can come over there.
Oh, we gonna
Man,
be here.
that's
We
gonna be
working,
later on
man.
tomorrow.
We
That's
working.
gonna be later on.
No, I ain't got
Late,
nobody.
late.
I ain't got nobody to deliver at the house.
You don't want to give
You
no
know,
food.
I stay alone.
You stressed that day.
I live alone.
I live
man.
alone. I feel you on that there now.
God dog, man. What's up, though, man?
We back in the
look,
building, man, again, though.
Hey, man, we got a, as always, we got another dope episode, man. I'm excited about our guest today, man. He a lot of wisdom,
Very much so.
a lot of knowledge, man. He probably don't know, but I've been watching him since I was a little boy.
Man.
I remember when his son came to school with that little old bitty car with all them speakers in it. Man, I've been trying to get some speakers like that ever since, man.
Yes, sir.
Tell
Everybody
us
know.
something about him, man.
Hey man, this dude already know, man. He know how I feel about him, man. He my mentor, man. He
For sure.
like a big brother type slash father figure, man, to a lot of brothers. He always know. I tell him we used to go out and eat every week. I don't know what happened. Me, him, and Stan used to go out and eat every week, man. Everywhere, Thursday or something, we'll go.
Yeah.
Go to a restaurant, eat. When I had mine, we'll go to mine, or we'll find us somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And we just chop it up, man. I just like to hear him speak, man, because you know he's already where I want to be. You know
Yes,
what I
what's
mean?
up,
man.
So, man, he doing a great job of setting his kids up, setting his grandkids up.
Man.
He is actually the epitome of what we preach.
Yeah.
When you say you're going to leave your children.
You don't see a lot of men,
No,
especially
not
a
at
lot
all.
of black men doing that, man.
No.
I can name a few of them on my hand that I just know in this city that's leaving their kids something, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying,
sir.
setting them up, getting them right. And I admire that, man.
I admire it, man. The guy told me something. We're going to introduce him after this. But this guy told me something one time, man. He said, man, B, man, if I die today, he said, man, I done seen everything. He said, I done tucked my kids everywhere.
Man.
He said, I done seen this world. He said, if I die today,
dope, though,
I don't
man.
want nobody to cry over me.
Wow.
That's dope. That's
He
dope.
told me that.
But he just somebody that the whole community look up to, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't help everybody. He helped a lot of people too,
Man,
in some
sure,
tough
yeah.
situations.
Directly
All
or indirectly.
You know what I'm telling
All
you?
different walks of life.
He done came and got me before. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it like that. And I'm
He
sure a
came
lot
and
of
got you?
He done came and got me
I
before
was
out
already
there.
locked up when he got you.
You trust and believe. You trust and believe.
He couldn't get me.
He came and got me. He's just a great guy for the community,
Who
man.
we
You know
got,
what I'm saying?
Jay?
Man, we got your boy Butch in the building.
Come on, make some
That's what
noise
I
for
do.
Butch.
I got Bush Contact.
Yes, sir. What's up, Butch?
Man, how you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Real good.
It's good to have you on the show, man. It's actually an honor to have you.
It's an
It's
honor.
an honor to have you here, Butch.
I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
We appreciate that, man.
Yeah, you
no
know,
doubt about it.
Bebe, he always get a chance to sit with you. From what we just heard, this is our first time.
And it's all, boy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I just want to hear what you got to
I
say.
ain't even got I just won't listen.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
good.
sir.
He good to me, man. He good to me as far as like we was talking about, man. As far as we like to get that knowledge from our
Yes,
from
sir.
especially a black man that's doing it on the level like Bush doing it, man. A bit matter of fact, but introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about you.
Tell
man.
us who is Butch.
Where you want me to start?
Wherever
Man,
you want to start at.
Yeah.
Give us a journey.
Yeah, take it from the beginning.
Originally from Jonesboro.
Okay.
Raised by a single parent. Was my mother. And I guess went to the Navy. From the Navy to the phone company.
Maybe.
Meeting Sherry in college. Well, I didn't go to college.
Okay.
But I met her, and when I leave from the phone company, we were going at college at 12 or whatever,
Oh,
meet the girls, and that's how we got acquainted with Duck Sims, Chevy Davis, all of them.
yeah.
You know, was on campus. Parliament, which is Ruby Cullens. I knew all of them from Blyville. Didn't know them, but I knew of them.
yeah. He was on campus.
Yeah. And then I migrated. I got married and migrated here.
Okay.
Oh, you don't find too many people from Jonesboro. I don't
Man.
think I ever heard nobody
No.
from Jonesboro
No.
actually from it.
Yeah, black especially.
Yeah, real
Yeah,
talk.
black.
I ain't even met
was
nobody
just a
from white.
few. It was just
Was it a small town back in them days?
for blacks. It was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's whatever. Back then it was a few.
Okay.
Just a few. Couple of businesses. I didn't see professionalism until I moved to Blyville.
Wow.
Really?
Because the only thing that I saw as our owner was neighborhood grocery store, Mr. Fowler,
Okay.
and Crumpler's Funeral Home, and a barbershop.
Right.
Really?
Owned by blacks.
and owned by blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then I got over in Blyville and saw the world.
Really?
Wow.
Man, you
Yes.
Man, that's
So-
interesting.
So what year did you move to Blyville, Bush?
79.
79.
And Blyville had black-owned businesses.
Yeah, I mean, you seen the Nickel Brothers. They were plumbers. J.C. Aldridge was carpenters, and Mr. Nunn was the dentist.
Wow.
Had a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of professionals here.
Really?
You know, I never
Man.
seen a black carpenter contractor.
Wow.
shout out to
Man,
that.
shout out.
man.
That's worthy to be. That's
Yeah.
worthy to be noted.
That's
Yeah.
some people didn't know.
Wow.
Cause I ain't never heard that in all my life. That I came to Blyville.
Black folks had stuff. I mean, that's I wasn't used to that. You know, and when I got here, there were black folks that had businesses doing their own thing.
Wow.
That kind of inspired you.
Yeah, yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, when you get it, when you see it,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
kind of want to do that.
Right.
You know,
Was Blyville thriving back in them days? Like it was.
we had the Air Force Base,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it was better than it's better than it is today. I think.
Ain't that something? So we went backwards.
Yeah, because Jonesboro and Blyville was like right. They were as population. They were close.
I was gonna say, man, it was close.
They're real close.
Really?
3,000 or 4,000 or so.
Wow.
Between Jonesboro and Blythe. Then, but the Air Force and the Air Base left it.
Just deteriorated the town.
So you said the base kind of hurt us.
Put a hurt on you.
Yeah.
Because people was getting about here by the groves. I mean, I was a little boy, kind of remembering that movement when people they was getting up out of here.
I don't even remember what did they actually do on the base out there. I don't even
It was
remember.
an actual operating base.
Everything. They own everything out there.
It was a bomber base. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what y'all.
A bomber. That's what the bombers.
Yeah.
Okay.
B-52s was based out there.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I remember they used to have an air show.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was young, I used to go out there to the air show.
Yeah.
So when you migrated to Blythe, what was the starting point in Blythe? What did you do in Blythe?
I worked at AT&T.
Okay.
And I moved from, not moved, but I drove from Blythe to Memphis every day for like 14 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
AT&T.
AT&T, yeah.
How long you worked at AT&T?
14 years.
14 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tripping out. He did say
He
he
said
did
he
say
drove
14
years.
Yeah.
He did say that.
Worked at AT&T for 14 years.
Right, you did that. So, okay. After the 14 years, let's go there.
Okay, 14 years, then I got my bonding company in June of 89. And I got married in 1979.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So with the go ahead, B.
No, I was just thinking of 79, so you and Miss Project been married.
44 years this year.
Man,
Wow.
man, shout out to that.
Shout
No
out
doubt.
to that,
No
man.
doubt.
Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to
that right
that.
there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
major.
That is major.
Yeah.
So what? So you said you started your bonding company in '89.
Bought
So
a bonding company in 89.
so what made you get into that? Was it something that
This is a true story.
All right.
It was
Dick was word. This is a true story.
hey, because my life is a blessing. You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? I mean,
Yes, sir.
everything
Okay.
everything with me is like walking through the door.
Okay.
And then when I explain it to me, when I explain it to you, you'll see what I'm saying.
all right?
It was this white guy that I knew, Mike Valentine, used to own Glass Specialty, which I owned after he had it. And me and him was at the glass shop one day, and this white guy walked in, which was his friend. He walked in, and Mike introduced me to him. And he said, but he owned a bail bond company. And I just, this conversation said, I'd like to do that. Just said it,
Yeah.
Just went from there. And because my baby brother was in jail. And just the idea of just saying, if I can be a bondsman, I can help my mom get my, that's basically how it started.
Right.
Gave no more attention about that with just a conversation. This dude called me a week later and said, were you serious about that? I said, yeah. But anyway, I got licensed and started, working for the guy. And at that time, the money man was the hustlers.
Yeah.
They the hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
And in Blytheville, then they probably have a bust every 3 months. They'll bust on the Fridays. They'll just bust on the Friday, keep them in jail on the weekends. So this guy, business was good. He wanted me to quit the phone company to do bonds full time. And I couldn't do that because I had a family.
Right.
Gotcha.
I had a family. The family came first.
Yeah.
I had a family. This was something new. I didn't know how long this was going to last. So I wouldn't quit the phone company, so he fired me. And like I said, they would bust every 3 months. About every 3 months. They did. So they bust again one time, and he called me. He said, you want to make some money? And I went and I was the first black bondsman in Northeast Arkansas, period.
Man, shout out to that, man.
I was
Shout out
the
to
first
that.
black bondsman. And that was something black folks never
Thought
thought of.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so this next time, he fired me, man, you need to quit your job. I said, man, I can't quit my job. I got a family to take care of. But anyway, after that, he fired me again. So
Hold on, so you got fired 2 times.
got fired 2 times. He fired me again. But but he
I'm
always
glad to hear this story.
He fired me 2 times. So but anyway, you to be successful in this business, in this world, no matter what nobody tell you, you have to have a white person in your corner.
Wow.
Because he has nothing to gain helping you. Period. Anyway, this white guy that I was dealing with at the bank, I went to him and, was talking to him about my situation. Me and him was real cool. We could talk about my situation in the store. I said, man, this dude, he started firing me and stuff. And I said, man, I made $21,000 for this dude. He got 14, I got 7.
Wow.
And I said, man, I wish I could get, do something. Start. I mean, I've just been married a few years and haven't really got established yet. But I didn't know that the lady that my mom worked for sat on the board of directors at the bank. So me and dude was talking. He said, man, what you need to do, Butch, is go talk to Mary Stale. I said, well, I do that. So I went to talk to Mary Stale. I had my presentation together. Boy, I had all the bonds I read, and I said, Miss Mary Stale, I said, this is how it works. He give me 40%. They take out so much. But anyway, I made him $21,000. He made 14, I got 7. And she looked at it. Now, I'm thinking, I want her as a partner. Because, just like I said, you got to have a white person in your corner to make it. So she said to me, Butch, we Appletons don't co-sign for nobody. She said, go to the bank tomorrow. I went to the bank the next day, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Really?
The rest is history. Never look back.
Wow.
Never look back.
Wow.
Man, you just encouraged me, man. Just the fact that you got fired twice.
I did.
You where you are today.
I got fired twice, and then when in June of 1989, I was the only black-owned bonding company and the first black-owned bonding company in Northeast Arkansas. Everybody else was out of Little Rock.
Wow. Man, that's big.
Man, and then it's just like what they tell me when I go to all the leadership class. They say you find a need in your community, and whatever your community need, you be the person to fulfill it. Then you said you came. Look, you said it was a bus every 3 months, but guess who was the hustlers? The people that needed you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
But then at the same time, now listen. At the same time, when I came into this, like I said, when I came into it was something new to me. That a lot of backlash came behind that. Now, I mean, anytime, yes, anytime that you, what I'm trying to say, messing with the white dude's money, it comes on you really hard. When I came in the game, it don't take a rocket science to feel it to figure it out. If you walk through this door, if a person walked through that door coming, there's a white person over here and a black person over here, he gonna gravitate to the black person because he think he can communicate better with them.
Right.
So when they got the word that Butch was a bondsman, and most of the folks going to jail were black folks,
Yeah.
who was gonna make the money?
Butch.
You were. No doubt.
So who am I taking the money from?
The white man.
Yeah.
All in my ass.
And what you mean when they was all they just was trying to shut your business down, all the type of stuff like that?
You were labeled. I was labeled the dope dealer's bondsman I was the dope dealer. People I was getting out of jail were working for me.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy, Preacher Boy, man. I had to pause a second and let you know that this episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by no other than Impeccable Cuts. Listen, you heard me right, Impeccable Cuts. If you got a big day coming up and you need to look and feel your best, be sure to book with Impeccable Cuts and jump in that hot seat, man. Treat yourself by booking your next chop, your hot towel experience, or even your relaxing facial at bookthecut.co/preachboy. That's bookthecut.co/preachboy. All the information, the address, and the phone number on the screen, man. Listen, if you need to look your best, do your job and book, and I'll do the rest. Get impeccable.
Oh, so they trying to say you like the king.
Exactly.
You'll keep your people out of jail.
Exactly.
Really?
Yes, true story. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It took a long time for me to get where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Because I was always labeled like that. Like that. Harrison, Judge Harrison, was the municipal judge then, and he didn't really know how much money our bondsmen made.
Mm-hmm.
He would set the ridiculous bonds on folks. And back in the day, it wasn't like these guys now, these hustlers now, that if it was a $100,000 bond, dudes had my money. They had the whole 10 grand. They didn't say, but can I give you 2,000 on it or whatever. Those guys were true hustlers.
They giving you the full.
They were true hustlers.
Got you.
They were true hustlers. And as soon as I get them out, you know, they just assumed that, like I said, for the first 10 or 15, it was so bad that we used to have insurance commissioners used to be over the bonding companies, and it was like 50-some bonding companies in the state of Arkansas, and just I want to say maybe 6 black bonding companies state
Out of the 50.
out of the 50, so it was just like 6. But over here, this guy was, you know, he would come. We would have to do a quarter every 3 months. We do a quarter. You'd send your paperwork and stuff in, and these folks would hit me every quarter. They had got me so distraught and with the company. I almost wanted to give it up because
Really?
the pressure they're putting me under.
They making it hard for you.
The pressure was putting me under. It put me under a lot of pressure.
When you saying they was hitting you, what you mean? Like what?
It was coming checking my books and
Well,
stuff.
auditing
You know, auditing me.
Gotcha.
Trying to find something wrong.
Find something wrong.
Gotcha.
Then one, one time the dude came. Like I said, every 3 months, I knew he was coming.
Okay.
So how can you go through 50 companies in 3? You can't.
So he's just consistently hitting yours.
Because let me tell you,
Take
because
their money.
because these guys here were putting them on me. It was Ray Rigsby, rest his soul, me and him became real tight. It was Ray Rigsby. What's the guy that had the touring company that died not too long ago? What's his name?
Had a towing company.
Yeah, right there on 18.
Glenn Ray.
Glenn Ray. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was Glenn Ray, Ray Rigsby, and me. Ray Riggs made a story. He said, Butch, I used to make so much money. I used to cut my phones off and let Glenn make some money. That's what he told me.
Wow.
When Butch came in the game, everybody's phone went silent.
Everybody's phone was silent.
True story. True story. Those guys were on me because I'm making their money.
I was getting their money.
I was getting their money. I was getting their money. And they were laughing in my face, and but they put them folks on me.
Really?
They did. They had me. They put some pressure on me. But man, listen to me. When you're in this game, a black man can't do what white folks do. Mm-hmm. You got to understand that. Mm-hmm. So when you do something, you have to do it like it's supposed to be done. You can't do no stuff outside the box.
You got to do it the right way.
You got to do it the right way. If you don't, they're gonna.
Because they coming, they looking for loopholes
they
already.
They control the narrative.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
They control the
I
narrative.
had to do. So this dude came in one day, and blessed my secretary. He came in one day, the last time he ever came, and he said, John, this is the way I want you to do it.
This is the way I want.
This is the way I want you to do it. He said, when you do it this way, I can put your stuff inside the commission and say, this is the way I want it done. I did it exactly the way he told me to do it. Came back, had been in Little Rock, I had been in Little Rock in 10 days because I failed. But my secretary kept everything that he showed me to do. So went to Little Rock, I set the paperwork out. This is exactly what he told me to do and how he told me to do it. They looked over it. I never got audited again.
Wow.
I mean, because I did exactly what he told me to do it. He didn't think I didn't think she had the paperwork exactly. I did exactly what he told me to do it.
Wow.
And like I say, I've never been audited since.
So they had to back up.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, but here it was like I said, when folks look at you with money, look at you differently. You may have more money than I got. Period. You don't know if you do or not. I look like I got a lot of money, but I got a lot of debt too.
Got you.
Got you. But when you're out here trying to make it, I guess you make it to fake it. You fake it to make it.
Wow. That's interesting.
Man, boy,
My grandkids, you know, they with that new generation and stuff. They always saying something like, "Papa, you come from." They heard you come from mud.
come
I said,
from the
no.
mud.
I said, no. Papa didn't come from mud because mud ain't stable. Papa come from dirt.
Come from the dirt.
Come from dirt. Your dad a concrete and you steel.
That's what I like that. Your dad a concrete, you steel.
Exactly.
Wow.
Man, that's what's up, Butch, man. That's, man, you know what, man, you know, man, you talk a lot, but boy, some of that stuff I ain't know, man. I ain't know they gave you a hard time like that.
Yes. Let me tell you, you know, when I really broke out is when David, about the first 15 years, David Burnett, me and him talked. I was in West Memphis, did a bond fort. We're doing some bond forges. I had a lot of bondsmen over there. They finally figured out that bonding companies are supposed to pay bond forfeitures. And so we was over in West Memphis and we were paying forfeitures. We were getting called for forfeitures anyway. And I was right in front of Burnett. Me and Burnett we finally broke ice and we were cool. We was over there and had a $50,000 bond to be pay a forfeiture on. And there was this prosecutor when I came up to Burnett about it. He done gave everybody else what he gave me. You pay half of the bond. If it's a $100,000 bond, you pay the $50,000.
Okay.
So when I come up, being Butch now, just being Butch, I came up and at that time I was wearing that big Figaro chain. And the prosecutor came with Judge Burnett. You know, we all doing the same thing. He said, Judge said, well, Butch, come back after lunch. And we'll settle yours when we go out to lunch. So went to lunch, prosecutor come behind me. And at that time I was driving a brown 560 Mercedes. He saw me get in the car. When I get back, we come before the judge to do the deal. And he said, Your Honor, if I knew Mr. Prunty had a chain big enough to pull a car with, and his car bigger than my house.
Really?
Yes, bigger than my house. It didn't have nothing. Then I asked him, it didn't have nothing to do with. You know, I'm doing exactly what you did to the other guy.
Yeah.
You know, but that's just the way they are. So me and Burnett talked later, and the bondsman was named Charles. He said, and they were all in the same little clique together. Burnett said, but you know, Charles, he buys a white Chevrolet truck every year. Same color, same interior, but he buy one every year. And I said, well, Judge, what am I supposed to drive a Ford? You know, I want to be a role model to my children.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, my children, you know.
Yeah.
He said, no, Butch. He said, I'm just saying. So when you see Butch, he buying a black truck every year, same color, same interior. Because the white folks think the same truck. That's what I do now.
Wow.
It's sad.
But it's true.
But it's true. It's true. It's true.
Y'all sure be getting them Denali's too.
Well, yeah. Mine's the same color. Mine's the same color.
Every year.
Every year.
Every year.
Sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
same
sir.
color every year, yeah.
Yes,
But
sir.
you know, that's interesting, Butch, because, you know, when I first started at Farm Bureau, this is what they told me, some of the hierarchies. They told me, they said, Bebe, you know, in your next 3 to 5 years, you'll be making so much money. Just don't go out and buy a lot of things because people are not going to, they're going to look at it, and then it's going to draw a lot of attention and hatred and jealousy.
Only
On
from
your own people.
From your own people.
Only for
There you
your
go.
own people.
There you go.
Because white folks ain't got any benefit from it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what they
See,
said,
you
your own people.
know,
Talk about that, man.
white folks is not going. They don't benefit from it. They would, you know, like I said, you have to have a white person in your corner. No matter what people say, there's no black man that I know of that ever made it with that white guy in his corner. You name one that you ever saw make it. Because they the one with the money.
Right.
So you got to go where the money's at.
Right.
You know, and they gonna support you, long as you don't let them down. You know, long as they gonna let you thrive. Long as you don't do what you're supposed to do, because they have nothing to benefit from it. What
Gotcha.
you do out there.
Wow.
Wow.
But your folks is gonna be the ones that envy
People that
you,
look like you.
hate on you, and they thinking that you. I don't know. My folks. I love them. Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
But they messed up.
We know our people. That's
Yeah.
true.
They messed up.
Yeah, definitely. I know firsthand. Man, you gave me a lot of wisdom on me having my own business and talking about where the envy and the hatred gonna come from. And I experienced it. Even with Healing in the Hood. Up. They was talking about all the money I was getting off of it, and I was like, "This is freedom of information. Go to the bank and see how much money the organization got. None, because you Negroes ain't gave us nothing."
You gonna have that. I just wish we were. I wish we were better. But I'm giving this a scenario about other than us. Do you remember when they hit those Indians with those slot machines? They
Down there.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
Division. Mm-hmm.
we got all them out. We got them all out. Come to the office. Dudes flew from New York. Come to the office, and we were talking. And he got everybody. And he got this other one that had the sales station. He's not Indian. He's Pakistan. He's Pakistani. And Pakistan and India, they be fighting back and forth. But he said, I want you to get him too because he's a good guy.
Wow.
Now, black folks, they're not going to do that.
We left them in
They
there.
not going to do that.
No.
They're not going to look out for, they're not going to come in a situation and say, I'm going to take care of all my folks.
Right.
They're not
So they came in and took
It's
care of
sad,
everybody.
but
They
it's
took
true.
care of everybody.
Wow.
And the other guy too.
They took it. He did that.
Wow. Wow.
He said he was a good guy.
Wow.
It is sad, like Spann said.
It's sad, but it's
man.
true. It's a reality.
I hate it because, man, I'm very supportive. We used to go out to eat, Butch. We going to black owned.
Yeah,
restaurants.
that's true. That's true.
We
That's
going to
true.
black owned restaurants, and we patronizing them. We getting heavier because, of course, we know what kind of food we
Yeah,
eat,
yeah.
but we patronizing the business of our own people. It's sad to say that, man. It's not like that. Everybody don't think the same. They look like us.
Yeah. So when you started your bail bondsman company, was you just based in Mississippi County?
My bonding company is really based out of Jonesboro still today.
Okay, so you started in Jonesboro.
Started in Jonesboro.
Okay.
But I was staying here in Blytheville.
Okay.
And I drove from Blytheville to Jonesboro every day when I first got in the game. 'Cause I liked it, Blytheville, but Blytheville was just... I drove back from Blytheville to Jonesboro every day.
Mm-hmm.
That was my office, and
Gotcha.
But like I said, I was going back and forth. Well, I think that when I still went for the phone company when I got the bonding company, and I want to say in '91, I was off a whole year. I had to go plug in once a month to stay on payroll for my insurance and stuff, and for the whole year, I think. And one day, when I had the glass shop down here on Division, I was here, and I wanted off. I called for a furlough, and she said that she couldn't give it to me today. So I said, okay, hung the phone up. I did a resignation letter. I said, I, John Prum, resigned from AT&T Communication, whatever day it was, and faxed it to her. The most humbling thing in my life when she did this, she called me. She called me and said, I'm going to give you the day off. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wow.
The next day, I just scratched out the date and put the day's date and faxed it back to her.
Wow.
My mind was made up.
You was
But listen, I was off a whole year and didn't need their money. So my feet was wet then. So never look back.
wow. So you scratched it off.
Scratched it off.
put it right back
But
to
the
her.
most humbling experience, she didn't accept. I guess she was saying he crazy.
Right.
He
She
took the
didn't
phone
accept
company.
it.
Yeah, he didn't. She thinking that I'm just
You need
talking.
them.
Yeah, just talking.
Yeah.
But that was very humbling to me now.
Got you.
Think about what I'm saying. When somebody resigns, they take it and
Yeah, they go
Yeah.
home.
you're going on.
Yeah,
But she called me and said, I'm gonna give you the day off.
And you went back the next
And I'll
day.
see you
But
tomorrow.
my mind was made up.
You knew you was
I was done. When I signed it, I was done.
Yeah.
I was done.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
and haven't looked back since.
And Bell's Bond, are there any dangers in Bell's Bond?
Yeah, going broke. Going broke.
So what are your responsibilities? I mean, what are you held to?
Having them in court. You know, a lot of people don't know. You know, when you're dealing with folks here in Blauville or whatever, they can only be superstars where they at. You know, they just no matter where they flock out to, they come right back to Blauville.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the way. Basically, sometimes you get some that don't, but I've been blessed. You know, I only paid one month's forfeiture, and that really, it was on my ignorance, but it was Wendell Wembley.
Wow.
I always got Wendell out of jail.
Yeah.
Always got Wendell out of jail.
Rest in peace, Wendell.
Yeah, got him out of jail.
R.I.P.
That's the time he got caught with a half kilo of cocaine on his mama's table or something.
Wow.
And they put $100,000 bond on him. I'm in court. I'm going to make this 10.
I remember you.
Yeah, I'll make this 10. You know,
Yeah.
make this 10.
Yeah.
And got it done. And Miss Wimbledon went out with the white dude. What they doing? And so I didn't get no call. Wendell came to my house that night. He said, Butch, I ain't going to court. That's why I didn't want you to hold the bag.
Wow.
Wow.
Hold it now. I didn't want you to hold the bag. Wendell hang around here for a while. He got on that stuff so bad. He driving buses through the neighborhood. You remember?
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
All in the park.
Yeah. He going through the neighborhood and say he went to jail for something for $25,000. His girlfriend came by the thing and said, Butch, come and get him out of jail. When the guy Wendell out. I ain't seen Wendell since.
Wow. Wow.
But listen to me now.
Mm-hmm.
He told me.
He told you.
He told me.
He wasn't going to court.
He wasn't going to court. He wasn't going to court on that drug charge.
So that was your fault.
Yeah. And listen, now when he got ready to come back, who did he call?
Called you.
He called Butch.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't have nothing against him. Because he told me. That was my greed.
Yeah.
Because he told me he won't come. But yeah, when he got ready to come back, when he came back, he went through me to come back through. Yeah.
Wow.
I never had nothing against him.
Yeah.
Because he told me.
He respects you that much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it was his girlfriend that came and told me, come and go get him. And I, he was just wild. I just knew he was going, But he had told me that it wasn't so, I never had anything against him.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
I remember one time I asked my uncle, old Scott. I said, "Man, we was talking." He said, "Man, I'm gonna tell you something, nephew." He said, "It's one powerful. It's a powerful guy in this community." And I was like, "Oh, what?" So I started guessing names or whatever. He said, "No, nephew, they ain't the right name." He said, "Man, the most powerful Negro in this community, in this town, in this area, is Butch Pronte."
Wow.
True story, as you say.
Wow.
No. Let me tell you something. The person that really I think that broke me out as can make things happen is Mike Richardson. Mike Richardson never said anything to me. I was in court. He never did. He just never did. One day, he come to me. He said, "Butch, I need to talk to you." And me and him got to talking. He said, "I'm going to run for mayor."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm going to need your help. I donated to his campaign. It was the best money I ever spent in my life. True story. Mike Richardson was the most powerful man in Blauville.
You told me that.
Really?
Yes.
told me
Really?
Yes. He had the power to put you in jail or keep you at home.
Wow.
I mean, everything went through Mike.
So who was Mike Richardson? Like, what did he do?
He used to be the investigator for the prosecutor's office.
Okay.
And he was the. They went whatever he said. They went with.
His word was bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
He when I got under him, then he missed the mayor's deal. Then he wanted to run for a county clerk or something, assessor's office or something. and he tied for it, but he lost on the runoff. But Mike Richardson was the most powerful man in Blackburn.
Wow.
And once I got up under him, then once you, it's who you know.
Yeah.
You said, once I got with him, I mean,
See,
so you know.
It was good to go. Yeah,
Yes.
no doubt. So how many business I guess you done had in your life?
I had a glass shop. I had the first car audio shop here in Blackburn. We installed windows, music. We did Eddie Jr. stuff, and when I seen the thing with Eddie Jr.
Yeah.
Eddie Jr.
Shout out to Eddie Jr.
He had $150,000 with the food stamps. I heard him say about that. He forgot to tell you about $150,000 with the food stamps.
$150,000.
Man, he had boxes of food stamps.
Boxes.
Oh, that's what that was. That paper.
Yeah. He had. Hey, listen, with Ed, see, Ed left out of the stuff.
He left out a little stuff.
When Ed, when they gave him that time, he walking out. I was at the court. He was walking out the court, and while they kept his butt, is this right here. He walked out the court. They put the bond at $300,000, and he said, "Butch, go tell Mama to give you the money." Just like that. Just like that in front of them folks.
In front of the folks.
They held his ass. He did that. That's true stuff. That's true. That's true.
Tell Mama to give you the money.
Exactly like that.
Just like that.
Just like that, and they held it, but that's true stuff. That's
Ain't
true
telling
stuff.
that.
But he'll tell you he had about $100,000 with the $150,000 with the food stamps.
Food stamp.
Eddie.
Shout out to Eddie.
Eddie. I can't remember exactly what it was before he did that. I don't know if the bond was $50,000 or $25,000, but whatever it was, that's all he had to his name. And he gave me half because he had said he had to go get the lights cut on because stand on Clinton. And about 4 months later, he had a bag.
Yeah.
And these shoe boxes was full of food stamps. So I say, but true. He forgot to tell you that. That's true statement. That's the truth. That's the truth.
When he see this, he gonna smile.
He had brown money in there.
He had food stamps. He had shoe boxes of food stamps.
Wow.
That's true.
Wow.
So people was getting paid in food stamps.
Man, he was he paid any way he could.
Yeah.
But that's true.
That's a true hustler, there, boy.
Yeah, but I had, like I said, I had the car deal. I mean, the car audio, the window tinting. The liquor store I owned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's about it in properties.
Spray it.
Yeah, well, that's stank.
Okay. Yeah.
That's stank.
So you got the real estate too?
You got properties.
Yeah.
Take property. Enterprise in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Butch, then I noticed, man, I don't know if everybody noticed, but you can tell what Butch owned.
Yeah.
You can tell what he owns.
Fronte.
It's green. He got a green to it.
Yeah.
And another color.
That it's a beige. It's
beige and
it's
green.
clay green. It's a clay color. Yeah. But my name is everything to me.
Yeah.
That's why I said Fronte.
My name is everything to me. That's what I be telling my son. My name is everything to me. When my mother died, she said that. Don't ask me why she said this thing. I couldn't tell you. But before my mom died, she told me. She said, "You're gonna shame me."
Oh.
I said, "Mama, I never shame you." Yes, you will. I said, "No, I never shame you. When I'm dead and gone, you will." I said, "Mom, when you're dead and gone, I promise you, I wouldn't shame you."
Wow.
Because one thing, I'm not going to shame my kids.
Yes, sir.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, I want them to look up to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I will never want to sit their heads down, something that I did.
Yeah.
Period.
That's big.
Wow, that's deep.
Wow.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because when I came, but like I tell the story about my father, you met my father.
Yeah.
People don't know my father went in my life until I was 62.
Wow.
Basically in my life. This is what I'm saying. Basically in my life,
Wow.
when I was 62, when he came to work for me.
Wow.
He came to work for me when I was 62, and he left me when he came to work for me when he was 62. He left me when I was 62.
Yo, this your boy Bebe, the motivator. And this episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by Gillespie Insurance Group, where we make your personal lines and your commercial lines come together to decrease your risk. Look, I'm at a new location, 801 West Moultrie in the magnificent city of Blytheville, Arkansas. Here's my number, 870-623-4742. I repeat, 870-623-4742. If you're not with GIG, see ya, and I wouldn't want to be. Yeah.
coincidentally. But my father never was in my life, but you wouldn't know it because when you saw me, that's he was my man,
Feeding them and everything.
Yeah, because I never let even though he was in my life, never let anybody, my mother's boyfriend or her husband, get under me because I only had one father. Even though he didn't, I only had one father.
Yeah.
Right? So I never let nobody get under me, and I never see because your mother can only tell you a man, a boy, that's right and wrong. Mm-hmm. That's all she can tell you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's teaching you basic, cooking, cleaning, or whatever, that you can sustain yourself, that you can take care of yourself. It's the only thing a mother can do. Mm-hmm. Being a man, it takes a man to teach you. I got that. I never told anybody that. I got that from my father-in-law.
Wow.
I was never under that. I never saw that before. The husband and wife in the same home and what you're supposed to do until I got married. And then, I was 21 years old, so I'm still young, so I'm still absorbing stuff. So I'm watching him. And like I say, he never, this is the first time I've said this. I learned from him.
So you saw Mr. JC.
I saw him, what he did, being the provider, what all he did and stuff.
Wow.
Now, a lot of stuff that he didn't teach his damn boys.
Right.
Right. I mean, because I mess with Mun all the time. That's my brother. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not my brother. That's my brother.
Yeah, brother, got you.
I tell him all the time. I said that by him being your father, y'all had access to him. Y'all was his kids, but I was just his daughter's husband. Mm-hmm. That's the way he did all of us. We were just his daughter's husband. So I tell this story, and that's what he told me. Everybody called me Cass when I first got over here. The Nickel Boys, Duck Sim, they called me, Ricky, they called me Cass because they called me Butch Cassidy. Mm-hmm. When I first got here, so they called me Cass. And JC said, if you ask him for something, he said, Cass, anytime a man asks to borrow something twice, that's something that you need. So I said, so when my brother-in-law asked me for something, I told him, a wise man told me, anytime a man asks for something twice, that's something that you need. See, they didn't need anything because what was his was theirs.
Right.
With me, I had to ask.
Yeah.
So he didn't teach them shit. hey, listen, but he taught me really, seriously. JC Aldridge, I never gave him the props. I never gave him.
Shout out
but JC Aldridge Senior
Yes,
made not said made me, but I learned from him.
Right.
Because I was still young and absorbing stuff. Watching, paying attention.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot. He did. He really did. He taught me more than my father did because it was the first time I was actually into that kind of environment to watch, how things supposed to be done.
Shout out to Mr. JC.
Yeah. But like I say, he didn't teach his boys shit. He didn't. He didn't teach his boys shit. And another thing he did.
He said that twice.
Another thing he did. People say, "Why you got so many cars?" Mm-hmm. Another true story.
All right.
No true story. I came to town with a black 7598, and I'm telling a story with that too, a joke. But anyway, don't let me forget.
All right.
but I came to town with a 7598. Me and Sherry got married, and like I said, I was driving back and forth to Memphis every day, and my car overheated. I blew a head gasket, and I had no transportation. So I asked, like I said, They had a I think it was a 72 or 73 Lincoln Town car, canary yellow. I asked, that was Junior's toys. But anyway, I asked him, can I use it? Mm-hmm. To drive back. This is his. Now I'm providing for his daughter.
Right.
And I drove one day. The next day I heard that was told to me, Cass, you may have to catch the bus to work. True story. My brother, which can get in it, he can get my last from me. Mm-hmm. He had a Toyota Celica. He gave me his car while he drove his motorcycle in the rain and shit for me.
Wow.
That's why he can get the world from me.
Wow.
That's why today I have so many cars. Because I'll never want to be without one.
I heard that.
You live. He taught me a lot. He taught me a lot. And he did that happen.
You got some nice cars too.
You showed it.
But I'm just telling you, that's people say because of that, I never want to be without one again. Never.
Wow.
Never had to depend on nobody.
He taught me a lot, but didn't teach his boys shit.
Third time.
But it's the truth because they had it. Because they had it.
Yeah. They had it already.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
And I didn't. But yeah, he did. Jay taught me a lot.
That's good, man.
Wow.
Don't forget about that. You say to remind you about the.
Oh, yeah. When I had the liquor store, when I had the liquor store, Jeff Davis up there all the time, talking stuff. But me and Cat, I was on that campus. I said, yeah. I remember one day, I came to Blyville, and I was following you and JC. I said, the police pulled all three of us over. I said, you can hear on the radio when they was running Chavis tags, it said Roosevelt Davis Sr. come back to some kind of Buick Electra. When they got to JC's car, he was driving, was come back to JC Aldridge Sr. When they got down to my black 9.8, come back to John Prunick Jr. Hey, I had the liquor store crying in there by Junior. Them boys riding off their dad.
They ride off their dad. I
Yeah,
had mine.
I'm not got mine. It's a true story.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That was just a joke.
Yeah.
But
it's a true joke.
But it's a true joke.
Right on, Butch. Yes,
Man,
sir.
so Butch, man, just chopping it up with you, man. Listen to you, man. This is inspiring. So, man, you consider yourself a successful black brother.
From where I came, yes.
Yeah, from where you came.
From
So
where
that's
I
why
had nothing.
That's why I was headed to.
Yeah.
So from you being a successful black brother now, got multiple businesses, children got businesses. You didn't get this handed to you, correct?
I worked for mine.
Yes.
Like I said, I come from dirt.
Yes.
I didn't come from mud, but my granddaughter said. I come from dirt.
Dirt.
I came, I didn't have anything. The only thing that I had just a vision of what I wanted.
Had a vision.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had a vision.
Yeah. But like I said, I had them white folks in my corner.
Yeah.
Like till today. And let me tell you a story what happened to me. When I stayed on Marguerite, I've always drove nice cars. It was on a Wednesday. Police knocking on the door, me and Sherry laying in bed. Police knocking on the door. I looked through the window. I said, police. He said, you John Prunny? I said, yes. He said, can you come to the station? I'm thinking, saying, do I got any checks out? Do I, you're thinking. Because you ain't got no reason, Crystal was the chief. I'm going to get the whole story and you understand what I'm trying to pull with this. So I put my clothes on, get in the car, take him to the police department. When they got in this room, it was packed full of televisions. I ain't bought no hot television. You're thinking,
Yeah.
So dude coming to me, interviewing me. And like I said, I don't do no banking here. To this day, I don't do any banking. I'm just a myth to these folks. But anyway, they interviewed me. Said, John, what do you do for a living? I said, I work for AT&T. Where at? In Memphis. Asked me for phone numbers to my supervisors and stuff because, you hear this boy going in the evening, come back, think about what, don't have no bank records, no nothing that you can call Tom and say, you got, know my business.
Right.
But anyway, I went through all this stuff, and I asked him, Christy, maybe 3 weeks later, why did he do that? And this is what he told me. He said that somebody was robbing service stations in Jonesboro, and you fit the description, and they told me to interview you, but I'm finna get you this right here. I knew that was a lie, because then I had a club in Jonesboro. And at that time, I had a relationship with the chief of police and the chief of detectives. What had happened, a person got killed in front of my club. And he wanted me and my cousin to come up there and talk. And his words were, we know y'all got to have somewhere to go. Long as you take care of the inside, we'll take care of the outside. So now, if me and you got a relationship like this, why would you have Broward Police Department interview me about some service station robberies? I'm talking to the chief of police. You know, they just didn't know who Butch was. They wanted to know who Butch was.
Yeah.
You know, how was he driving, what he's driving, and, you know, that type of stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
True story.
Man, but you're an inspiration.
But, you know, but like I said, and it's what I tell Stank I tell all my boys, which they great kids, great. I tell them all, you can't do what white folks do.
Yeah.
Anytime, you're going to use Colin Powell as my inspiration. For Colin Powell to be where he was at, he was way out better than everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
For him to be at that pedestal where he was at, he was way better than everybody else.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. You got to be way better than everybody else. And you can't tread no water. You got to be, you can't, you know.
You can't cheat.
No.
You got to do things the right way.
You got
and
to.
do things better than everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that privilege.
Exactly.
That make a lot of sense.
Wow. Systemic. We have to walk it fine tooth.
You have to.
Thread it with a fine tooth comb.
Yeah.
Because if you think that they would let
That's
me,
true.
if they would let me be where I'm at today, if they could find a flaw in my, you know,
Ain't no in the world.
No.
That's when they was on you so hard at the beginning. So
Exactly.
If they find anything on you, they're going to try to knock you off.
They was, you know, anything. And see, and like I tell people, you know, why I don't have finances over here in Broward is because you can't take a phone call and say, Bebe, Butch got the money. You don't know.
Right.
I mean, you know, my bank is out of town.
We talk
about that.
My banking is out of town, so
Right.
you can't. You
don't know.
You don't know what I got.
That's right.
But you think I got a lot.
Yeah.
But you
That's
don't
right.
know.
Don't know. That's good, though.
Me and Preacher Boy talked about that.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's the
Yeah,
truth. You know, as long
man.
as they know your finances, they gonna, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
a black man with
And
money.
they don't know because you
a
look
black
around the
man-
bank.
If you bank,
Everybody around the bank,
if
you
you're
know.
doing banking, and they, you know, they talk amongst each other.
That's why
They talk amongst each other.
I don't even keep a lot of money in the bank.
And they
right now,
blackball you.
Period.
Yeah.
But
The blackball you in the
They're
heartbeat.
blackball you in heartbeat. Because, like I said, when I bought the ET,
Wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, I'm telling you, when I bought the ET, let me go back. My son wanted the ET.
Got you.
I told him once I sell the liquor store, I wasn't going to buy from an individual. I buy it out of foreclosure.
Wow.
So once I sold the liquor store, I was set to do something else. I heard that it was in foreclosure. I went to see what the payoff was on it. And I went to my banker. He said, my bankers are cool. He said, Butch, man, don't pay that. I offered him what they said. I said, I pay you that. So when I went to my banker, he said, man, don't pay that.
He told
Tell me 150. So I went back to Sam. I said, no, Butch, that ain't what you told me. I try to be a man of my word.
Yeah.
So I went back to my bank. I said, man, it's going to write a check for that and be done with it. When I did that, now hold it. Now, we're not going to finance this. I said, man, I got my own money.
Yeah.
You know, so they, they do that.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
They just don't know how much you got.
Yeah. He telling you they ain't
When
going to finance
we ain't
this.
going to finance this. I said, I got my own money.
This in Blabber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this in Blouse.
Yeah.
Get it
Saying,
from.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You
They acting like, yeah.
You think about it. You think about it. Whatever that we want, and I say we want them, we're talking about as a group, my children. I try to get it.
Yeah.
Man, how
Yeah.
that's
That's dope.
That's why you inspire me so much. Like me and my daughter working together, it means so much to me, and that's because of a
No,
lot
when
of
my
our
granddaughter
That's a different
stepped on
ball game.
stage,
yeah.
That's
Now
a
she
different.
that
ready
was-
for
That's different at it.
that was, man, that made me, my kid was kind of slow. You thinking about it, my kids have worked harder than I ever have. Only thing I went from the Navy to the phone company, I could have wore a white suit to the phone company every day without getting dirty. I don't think everything I was wearing was a pen. But they've all worked harder than I have. I'm just blessed.
Wow.
I ain't never worked hard, really.
Wow.
Really.
That's a blessing.
But for them to get where they are, and then for my granddaughter to step on stage, that was.
You're feeling like
Yeah, because my kids, I guess they look at daddy just think working out that steel mill, and he was. And this girl working for me that was down in Osceola, was working for me. This dude in West Memphis was working for me. He was making $150,000 from me. If he making $150,000, he was probably screwing me out of $30,000 or $40,000 over there. Then this girl working for me in Osceola, she was making $75,000 or $80,000. And I'm saying, my son going out working for these folks, what? And what got him going? My daughter started writing. Then he wanted to write. They still want to work at the steel mill and stuff. Then he got a situation whereas I would get a bond for $1,500 or something. I wouldn't write it. Mm-hmm.
What's happening, y'all? This your boy Ro. And this episode of RTB 870 is sponsored by Jacob's Lawn Service. We licensed and insured. We do commercial and residential. When you don't want to get out there and cut that grass, give your boy that cash. Hey, and we got affordable prices. We're here to take care of all your lawn needs. So give your boy a call at 870-740-8534. That's 870-740-8534. This episode of Real Talk Barbershop 870 is sponsored by
870 Trucking.
where they specialize in general freight.
Give us a call at
870-278-2934.
2934. Yes, sir.
You did.
It wasn't worth my time. Right. Got to write it. So when he came in the game, he said, Daddy, send it to me.
All right.
He said, Dad, you understand? I want them other bondsmen to get a job. And I never looked at it like that, I always left crumbs.
Mm-hmm.
I always left somebody else to eat. But
Yeah.
he don't want nobody to eat.
You just give it all to them.
He don't want nobody to eat.
That sounds like
He's
things.
different. He's different. But my granddaughter, a pure hustler.
Wow.
Oh man, I love her. Man, she worked for me. Well, she write bonds too, but she worked for me out of Jonesboro because the girl that started me from the beginning she still works. But she's drawing Social Security and working, but she's training her to run the whole thing. And once I would never run off. She could be there at 8 if she wanted to be.
Yeah.
But I never run off. But once she leaves, then I bring everything to Blytheville.
Everything coming
Everything be here in Blytheville.
Yeah.
But everything the office is based out of Jonesboro.
Okay.
So Butch,
Man, that's
you
proud.
got,
That's
you
proud.
got 3 generations. You started it off, and now you got 3 generations of business owners in your family.
Exactly. But another thing too, my father. Like I told you, my father was in my life, but what my father was telling me about his father, my father's father was a sharecropper.
Okay.
And my father didn't know. My father's dad was a sharecropper. He was a son of a slave, so he had that slave mentality.
Wow, yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Work.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So his kids, he just molded his kids to be workers. His kids were more like farm equipment, to tell you the truth. He used them to make money.
Got you.
Because they had to. And so when my father came here, he said that he wished his father could see his name in the yellow pages.
Wow.
Think about what he's saying.
Yeah, no doubt.
From where he came from.
Right.
He said he wished his dad could see his name in the yellow pages. And that meant so much to me.
Wow. Did you? I guess when you was coming up, did you ever? I guess you said you was working. Did you see a vision of being an entrepreneur?
No.
You never seen a vision of that.
No.
So when did you first
Let me
see that? I want to work for myself.
Man, doors just open. I mean, I just walked in one door into that's where it did. I'm just blessed.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I think when I turned 50 years old, I did everything I ever wanted to do in my life.
By the time you was 50.
When I was 50. Now, I don't really want to do anything. My son, and when Joaquin passed, and it never get it. I guess Stank looked at it as a wake-up call because his dad can go anytime too. And they called me and said, Dad, anywhere you want to go, we gone.
Yeah.
I did well with my children.
Wow.
I may have been lacking as a husband, but I did well by my children. Because what I didn't have in life, I wanted to make sure they had.
Right.
Man,
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
So therefore, when you growing with that mentality of the way you came up, and I didn't want my children to experience what I felt. You know, I focused on my children.
Right.
You know? I was a great provider to my wife. You know.
Well, man, I can say with 44 years, they don't slack husband either. You know, after you with 44 years,
Now, if it's been a rodeo now.
I mean,
I
it gotta
can
be. That long.
I can
Gotta be.
imagine.
Gotta be.
Yeah, I can
It's a
imagine.
rodeo.
Ain't no two humans gonna be together.
That long and not have no
Yeah.
battles. You know, that's just part of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, speaking of that, man, you know, to give some of the brothers advice, you know, how would you tell, being in a marriage so long, I know you have to give and take. You know, how would you advise us to keep our marriage or relationship healthy?
That I couldn't tell you. Because I'm lacking on that I couldn't tell you. You just have to, you have to learn it.
Just gotta learn.
You have to learn it. Yeah. I can't tell you that because like I say, I'm lacking. I focused all my attention on my children.
Wow.
I just
Right.
I just want to make sure that
They were good.
They were good.
Yeah.
And make sure they were good.
Wow. And you did that.
I did that.
You know what I'm saying? No doubt.
But now like I did what I was supposed to do as a husband. Be a great provider.
Yeah.
But as to what to do to what I couldn't tell you that.
Got you. Wow. So when I'm actually the last question, I guess. So when did you actually age-wise start your bonds company?
31.
Early in the game.
I was the youngest bondsman on bonding company owner then. I was the youngest owner at 31.
31 years
in
old.
89, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You jumped out there early, Butch.
I was blessed.
No doubt.
Blessed. I was
Yeah.
blessed.
Man, so Butch, man, what would you say as far as what's been maybe a couple of your biggest challenges and what has been a couple of your biggest accomplishments?
That's good.
My biggest challenge was keeping my boys straight.
Got you.
Keep paying attention because when I got the glass shop, every summer my boys were with me.
Mm-hmm.
They were cutting grass. They were, I didn't want them to
Falter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You have to, back in the day, we had super strong mothers. Like, let me tell you, if I tell this to my grandkids, I said out of 368 kids, your granddaddy was 368 folks graduated in 76. Your granddaddy probably 360. I just told her that. I said because my mom told me you can't bring no F's in this house.
Uh-huh.
So I was a good D-minus student. but listen though.
I got you.
But if my mom said she wouldn't want nothing but A's,
you would have been.
I've been the top of my class.
No doubt about
because
it.
that's what she had. That's what she had
The
in
standards.
me. I mean she was scared of her. She had that in me. But when she said F's, she said don't bring no F's. I was a good D-minus student. but if she'd have said it'd been A's, I've been the first in the class. I've been the first in the class.
Wow.
No, that's true.
Right.
Wow.
But my biggest accomplishment is where I'm at today. I mean, but like I say, my deal was just my children.
Yeah.
Was guarding them.
Did you? I guess if you go back, did you see yourself then? And I'm sure this is a tough question.
I never. If looking at me from a kid, I never thought that I would be where I'm at today.
Yeah.
No, I never dreamed of it.
Wow. So you surpassed your own vision that's been in your mind.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. But like I say, doors just open, and it started off with a white dude by the name of Gary Clark. When I was released out I was in the Navy. Well, I was at home waiting orders in the Navy. I was going to buy a car, and I went to Mercantile Bank. He was 27. He was 28. And I'm 18 because he's 10 years older than I am. And I went to buy a car, and he financed my car. And when he did that, a relationship was spawned between me and him. It was nothing that I couldn't get from him, but one thing. I think the most beautiful car I ever owned was a '85 Riviera. It was canary yellow, peanut butter top. It was to me my gorgeous car I ever had.
Right.
It had Trues, Vogues, and when it comes because it was front wheel drive, those Trues looked like a chariot because they had spinners. It was gorgeous to me. But anyway, it burned up, and I wanted to buy. Stanley Dean was selling Corvettes and stuff for Langley Dodge, and I wanted to buy a Corvette. And he said I didn't need a Corvette.
He said you didn't need.
He said I didn't need a Corvette. And I'm looking at him saying, "Damn, I'm the one paying for it."
Like, how you gonna tell me?
So yes. So I bought a Tornado.
Okay.
6 months later, I bought a white Corvette. But that's the only thing he ever turned me. And today I tease him about that.
Yeah.
When we go to lunch now. Now, he retired 8 or 9 years ago. We go to lunch. You know, he'll call us, let's go to lunch. And I tease him about that. The only thing you ever turned me down was you told me that I don't need that. Just like that.
Wow.
I said, I want to buy this Corvette. You don't need that.
Man. Yeah, Butch, man, you're a strong black man. I tell you that much there. You know, you an influence for a lot of people around the community. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, like me, my dad died early. You know, you know about your father, Spann. We all had issues with our own father. So, man, like this.
You wouldn't. If you saw me and my father, you would never thought that he wasn't in my life.
Wow.
Because I cherished him.
Because I seen you.
Yeah.
And the thing, what I hate. Now, I'm not saying I hate. I keep saying I hate, but my mom never had a chance to see me blossom. My dad benefited
To see
everything. He benefited everything from what my mother did.
Wow. I got you. Wow.
Because he didn't want for nothing.
Wow.
He didn't want for anything.
He took care of him regardless what the
He
situation.
He can tell you. He can tell you how we acted. You know.
He benefited from what your mom did.
He did.
Wow.
But you know, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but think about
It's
think
deep,
about.
though. It's deep,
That's,
though.
I know it's deep. You know, that's why I said, you know,
It's deep.
what she did, he benefited
Wow.
without giving. You know.
Wow.
But but I loved him to death. You know, I loved him like he was there. You know, but you know, 'cause I only had one father.
Yeah. Man. It's been a outstanding
interview, man.
interview, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
It's
very
been an
knowledgeable.
outstanding interview.
Man,
So,
a lot of wisdom.
So if you had anything that you would tell to people out here, the young guys, you know what I'm saying, that may not have a Butch in their corner or somebody they can talk to, what kind of words of encouragement would you give
What you leave
somebody?
them with?
Yeah.
Just don't give up on hope. I mean, it's a different. Kids today is a different monster.
No doubt.
They don't respect anyone. You know, a friend of mine just the other day were talking, and he said, "But you remember, Miss Jesseline, Mama came and got me and Jane from the fair." I smiled because that was parents that was worried about their children.
Yeah.
Now parents today, you seen Bobby? I ain't seen Bobby in 3 days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they were concerned about their kids. They went there and whipped their ass.
Yeah, no
You know,
doubt.
they were concerned about their children. You don't see that anymore.
It's not a lot of parenting going on.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, exactly.
Yeah.
It's dangerous out there. Only thing I tell you, you know, if you got a vision and you got a dream, just don't give up on it.
That's good. That's good.
But you got to. But think about it when you in the business thing, you got to focus on what you're doing. I mean, I bet you ain't a couple of dozen folks in blah blah ever had a conversation with me.
I can imagine.
Because I usually with my, I with my family. I mean, I don't usually.
Be around.
I mean, think about what I'm saying. You don't see me with nobody.
No, that's what I love about you too.
You know, I stay in my lane and stuff, and
Stay
you
out
have
of
to.
the way.
You have to. If you're gonna have to have a business, I think if you're gonna run a business, you have to focus on your business.
Gotcha.
I don't think you could be doing 2 or 3 things at one time because it'll fade away from you.
So you have to stay on that one
You have to stay on-
course.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
for me it was.
Wow. That's big, though. So we all got businesses. So that's big, you know. Man, well, it's been an honor, really. Like you said, you ain't had many people that been able to talk to you.
I mean, if it's probably a couple of dozen folks ever had
Yeah.
a conversation with me.
Well, I'm glad I can be in this.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I
in
know,
this
you know,
dozen right now,
Yeah.
just being able to hear you,
Yeah.
and hear your vision, hear your
I've
story.
been in 43 years, going on 44 years.
Wow. And I'm sure it's a lot of people that would love to just be in your space.
Yeah.
Just to hear this, you know, this journey that you got. You
Just
know,
to be around the energy,
Yeah, no
be
doubt.
around the success. You know what I mean? Just being around it.
and a powerful black man. You know, a lot of times we don't see that. That's
right.
what we missing more than anything. I think, in my own opinion, is
Yeah.
powerful black men that you can look at and be like, man, this man powerful, you know, or he got it, maybe I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know what I'm saying? Especially,
you can do it, but you can't. You know, you have to be focused on what you're doing.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
For sure, man.
Man, it's been an honor.
Butch,
It's
we
been
thank
an honor.
you so much, man. We thank
Yes,
you for
sir.
coming
Gave
through.
us a lot of knowledge.
No doubt about it.
A lot of
Thank
wisdom.
you for coming through, man.
And I hope your head get better, man.
Man.
Yeah, he got a little migraines going on. Yes, sir.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah,
I guess with that said, man, we're gonna go and wrap this thing up, man.
Man. Hey, man, this your boy, Preach Boy.
This your boy Bebe the Motivator.
and I am JR, aka Mr. Rogers.
And I'm Butch.
And
we
you've
are
been
here
tuned in
on
to Real Talk Barbershop 870.
with Butch in the building.
Hey, man, we did. Hey, before we go like, share, and subscribe to our channel, man. We out.
Shout out to y'all.